To quote the 15th Doctor, what the hell is going on here?
Someone tell me what the hell is going on here?
Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new Doctor Who review. Well, this week was one fantastic week, but the week was better, when watching a Doctor Who episode. Obviously, I mean, I had exams, it was pretty, it was actually not fun. But I had this Doctor Who episode that made me oh so very happy because it was the first chapter of the ending of this new season, which is pretty insane to say this because holy shit, like the series is almost over. It's like we're missing so much more, man. Holy shit. And yes, we still need a lot of answers. But next week's episode is going to be 56 minutes long. Holy shit. That's almost an hour, which is pretty good.
I'm going to sing over the intro because I don't want copyright claim. Alright. Ooh, Doctor Who. Let's go.
So hey, holy shit, I've got a lot to talk about, but let's begin with to say what the hell is RTD doing? Like Russell T Davies, that man is you don't know what, he's probably cooking something for real, man. That guy, wow, holy shit. Like, he is making something very, very beautiful, that's for sure. But, alright, the story follows the Doctor and Ruby crashing into Unit HQ, where they, talk to Kate Lethbridge Stewart and Morris, I believe. Pretty cool new character too. And Rose was there too. And was Officer, Ibrahim was there too. Yeah, he's the GOAT, the best unit officer I've seen. But yeah, okay, the Doctor says, wow, yeah, it's great to be here, stuff like that, blah blah blah. And he says, wow, there's this woman constantly following me around everywhere I go. And Kate already knows what's up, because that woman is actually a human called Susan Triad. And in the 60th anniversary specials, Donna and Mel had a little conversation about which program that they used. Was it, Flat or whatever? I don't know. But Mel answers with Triad. So, Triad Technology is like this corporation. Susan Triad is the owner of this corporation. And she's I would say I would not say the Tony Stark of the Doctor Who universe, because we've only seen her for one episode. Obviously, I think, she's a tech billionaire probably, I don't know. She creates technology for computers or whatever, or systems that people can use, like servers or whatever. So, alright, Susan Triad is a woman on Earth. But maybe she could also be, I don't know, I'm not quite sure, they don't really answer this one, but Susan Triad herself could be another version of that person, right? We don't really know what's going on with her, not quite yet. But, alright, the Doctor knows, Susan Triad, TARDIS, anagram, yes, but the wrong one, eventually. But, okay, he also makes the link, well, I've got a Susan of my own, she's my granddaughter. But this cannot be her, can it? So yes, that's also an answer. Where is Susan Foreman? Oh damn, I can't bloody wait for next week's episode. But, Susan Triad is a thing now, alright, cool, whatever. But there's this other mysterious woman that the Doctor needs to find, and that's obviously Ruby's mother. Why? You're probably asking, well, I'm not quite sure. They just want to know who she is. Which, okay, well, eventually at the end of the day, Ruby is, left there at the church. It doesn't really matter who her mother is. But if they have a reason, Ruby wants to see her, yes, that's the only reason. But is there another reason? I'm not quite sure. I mean, she doesn't really have a lot of impact. She has a lot of impact to Ruby's life, but not an impact on the story, because Doctor Who can do whatever it wants. They need to fix and find out who Susan Triad is now. So that's the most important thing. But obviously, they want to find and try to find who Ruby's mother is. They go to this time window, which is I would say this big room with I'm not quite sure, panels, and it can create memories from certain things. If you were to have a DVD or a VHS in this example, in this episode, you could plug that in and it would start this reality 360 room. So interesting. All right. So what if you were to put a movie, for example, say Jurassic Park, in that thing? Would that also come out as like Jurassic Park? The T-Rex, would that, Anyway, okay, I still have a lot of questions with the time window room. It could work, but, it's obviously also Doctor Who, so, anything is possible, really. And I say anything. Yeah, well, the ending, that's interesting. So, okay, eventually, there's this officer who goes along with Ruby and Doctor in this memory, and he gets he's gone. He's gone. For some reason, he's gone, which is weird. And eventually, there's this, I don't know, cloud or this shadow in the room, and they don't know what it is. But the Doctor wants to see who Susan Triad is now, so I guess he just leaves the room, whatever, I'm not quite sure, and goes with Mel Bush, who has been, I guess, playing two parts in the story because she has been on the side of Susan Triad as like this media person, just, she's kind of a spy, I would say, for like the unit, so she gives information to unit and stuff like that. But Mel is a pretty cool character, obviously from the 6th Doctor stories and the 7th Doctor stories too, and she's back. I love how RTD keeps on using these old companions, which is really nice, which I really like. I mean, it makes Doctor Who a bigger universe, so that's cool. Alright, so they go to Susan Triad's building where she's holding this conference. There we go. The Doctor asks her a few questions, but she doesn't really know what to say, because the Doctor asks her, do you know, you've been an ambulance, you've been a person on Pacifico del Rio, which is a planet from space babies. She remembers those things, but she doesn't really want to answer. She just says, well, I've got to go. So, okay, there we go. The Doctor knows, she knows it, but she needs to give her, the answers herself. But, back to the cloud. The shadow in the room is actually made, I guess, I'm not quite sure, they investigate it, they, I guess, rewind the footage and flip it back, whatever, but they find out that the TARDIS is actually there, inside the cloud, which is weird. But, yeah, the TARDIS is bad, and the TARDIS is standing in Unit's HQ, and it begins to make weird noises and stuff like that. And suddenly, this big cloud also, surrounds the TARDIS itself. A real cloud, right? A black, grey cloud. Interesting, yes. So, the Doctor and Mel also go to Susan Triad's conference. She's streaming it live for her audience, and she needs to, I guess, very interesting, she needs to read, her lines. That's part of, like, the entire shtick of, like, news reporters, right? They read off things, right, to talk to the persons that are watching. So she reads them, but if suddenly she gets some weird sentences, like not written by the persons, part of the crew, right? Like, for example, a few phrases where I am danger, I am coming, stuff like that. So something is up. Alright, the Doctor and Mel also know that something is up, because, Susan Triad has been out of character for some reason. She's not the tech billionaire anymore. She's actually crying. She's, I don't know. She was a bit scared. But why and how? Back to the TARDIS. Oh, yes. Oh, I am jumping left, right, and center, my friends. But it is very, very true that it was like that in the episode. It was all over the place. And everything, came to a close when a black cloud eventually shaped up to be a form or some sorts. And this guy, I guess, this creature became, I guess, was standing on the TARDIS. And you know who that creature was? It was Sutekh, yes. But back with Doctor and Mel, they also discovered the same thing at the same exact moment, because Susan Triad, or S-Triad technology, it's an anagram, but not for TARDIS, it's actually an anagram for Sutekh. So, Susan, S stands for Susan, the shorter version for Susan is Sue, Tech, from like technology, put it together, Sutekh, but you make it shorter, make it Sutekh with a K, and it's Sutekh with a K because Sutekh is a character from the 4th Doctor story, and he's like the god of death. There are plenty of other Doctor Who gods in the universe. We've met 2 of them already. Toymaker, the Toymaker is the god of games. We also have met Maestro, the god of music, but there are also other characters and gods of the Doctor Who universe, like Mera, which is the god of creatures, I believe, and also the Trickster, the god of traps, which is interesting. But yes, Sutekh is now back in Unit HQ. He has been messing up the TARDIS quite some time, since Wilds Blue Yonder, which is weird. And, you know, he could have been the guy who just, you know, takes the TARDIS anywhere where, you know, when the Doctor and Ruby are just going on an adventure, you know. He could have made sure that every single god is able to cross this dimension, you know. It's unbelievable. Like, people already, you know, suggested that it could be Sutekh or Omega returning, but it was Sutekh, obviously, because you could see sand in the teaser trailers, and people kind of, you know, connected things really quickly before actually this episode aired, which is kind of, I'm not quite sure. Like, I also thought it was Sutekh because you saw sand, you saw an ancient old enemy of the Doctor returns. And ancient, well, what is ancient? Gods are ancient. Oh, Egyptians are ancient. Sutekh, he's an Egyptian god. Well, he's, you know, he is based off the god of Seth, I believe. Seth is the god of, I'm not quite sure. I think it was something with the sun. I don't know, something like, no, wait, maybe that was Osiris. Yeah, well, it's brother, Seth. Okay, well, anyway, Egyptian lore for another video. But yeah, Sutekh, obviously, he is this creature, he's the god of death, and the last time we saw him, he was actually a human form, but now he's like, I don't know, like a real creature, a real, you know, animal, I guess. We haven't seen him like stand or something, but he's crawling on the TARDIS and stuff like that. But anyway, the last time that we've seen Sutekh, he was banished in this, I guess, time stream or something, and he's now free. And the 4th Doctor fought him, and now the 15th Doctor fought him. In the series, obviously, there are spin-offs like the Big Finish podcast or books or stuff like that, or comics. But the show itself is like the main source. So yeah, he's back now. And I wonder how the Doctor, you know, how he's going to stop that. Because RTD says, or Russell T Davies says, it's like a cliffhanger on a cliffhanger. So maybe the season will end off with a cliffhanger. Probably not. I think a lot of things will be answered. But, you know, the Christmas special will also be, you know, the joy to the world or something. I don't think they'll continue the story of Susan Triad there. So I think next episode will be great, will be large, will be very expensive, so the Disney money will come in handy. You know, I love when the Disney money really comes in handy with these episodes. It's big, it's flamboyant, it's really cool. But yeah, we will need to wait and see. I'm really excited for it, and I can't bloody wait for, you know, the next episode. It will be freaking shocking. By that time I'll be done with the exam, so hey, double joy, I guess. Yeah, win-win situation there. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, that's a lighting. Okay, don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, okay, something is off here. Maybe it was Sutekh all along. Ooh.
And his one true name forevermore is
Sutekh. Genuinely an all-time great of Doctor Who.